How are you, lads? We're here today. We were here before. Tom Crean's in camp, just about 10 miles outside of Tralee, and we're here with another fella, Mr. CVX. If you haven't, please go and subscribe to him. He covers all CVX tractors, Styer, Case CVXs, New Holland CVXs. Of course, they're all Styers, really and truthfully. And he has a magnificent Styer tractor at the moment. He's coming down here with his Coon, I don't know, I'm going to call it a combi pack. But yeah, we're going to give a look at him. He's rapping, and she's one of the new... Sorry.
So you're here. We're here at the CVXs. Seeing as you were asking a couple of questions, and bits and pieces. 2002, 2001, 2002 was the start of them. They were tier 1s. Then the tier 2, I told you, the 1170.
Can I take you back one step?
You can, yeah.
Why did Case start badging?
Case bought out Styer for the access to the technology and the electric Styer.
Oh, I didn't realise Case owned a Styer, right?
No,
okay.
In 1996 Case bought Styer because nobody had that level of technology at the time. Styer, the Styer conglomerate, it was called, was being sold up at that stage. That was huge. They were making a lot of military equipment. They were making buses, trucks, motorbikes. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. I've been down to the old Styer factory where the Case tractors are made, and they're two huge places. Actually gave a day in the beer there as well.
That has to be done as well.
City of Styer. It was a lovely place. But yeah, so in 1996 Case bought out Styer. These were kind of in development at that stage. In the late 80s, early 90s, they had developed CVT transmission, and they sold that to ZF. They sold the rights to that to ZF when they were starting to split up the company. ZF bought that. The engines, Styer engines, actually became Sisu engines, which is what is in this.
Yes, heard of them,
and it's now in Valmet's, Massey Ferguson's, and I think it's in some of the Finns. I'm not sure on that, but I think it's in some of the Finns. It's a Finnish company. That was a deal that Styer done with Valtra. They sold them the rights to the Styer engine in return for Valtra were to make gearbox casings and castings and stuff like that.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, Case bought them out. That actual tractor, the CVX, was kind of half developed. They had the drivetrain developed, but they hadn't the final touches put on it, you know. So 1998, I think the first prototypes ones were working. I was actually speaking to a guy who was a Case Styer dealer in Holland 2 years ago, I think. He told me he was on a factory tour. All the dealers were brought down to the factory, and the factory setting it'd be down here, and there's loads of hilly farms around it, and they had these prototype tractors working in the fields. And he asked a couple of representatives. He said, "What's them tractors?" And they said they're coming on stream next year. They have a CVT transmission, and they have a lot of features. And he said, "Put me down for 20 of them." And
20, just like that, like.
He went back to Holland. He told his brother what he was after doing. They had a big argument, and the 20 tractors came. They had an open day, and they said a prayer that they'll be able to sell some of these things. So the 20 tractors were there, and within the course of a week, they sold the 20 tractors, the 20 CVXs. That was in year 2000, and those tractors are still working in his area today.
Brilliant.
Yeah, some of them with 28 and 29,000 hours now. Those were the tier 1s. They tweaked them a little bit then in 2004, and finally in 2007 they came out with the tier 3. They continued till 2012, and then that design was dropped. So you can't buy a Styer anymore.
Well, you can't.
No, if you could buy a Styer tractor with Styer colours and Styer bonnets, but it's actually a Case Puma. It's what it is, and I suppose the Case Puma really and truly is a New Holland T7.
Well, your Styer, that's a Styer.
That's a Styer.
Yeah.
That's the same as this. Yeah. I don't know what year. It was in the early 2000s. C&H bought out the Case Corporation, and then they amalgamated everything into one. They actually had to stop building those because they had too much of a market share in their home territories in Germany and Austria.
Yeah.
So they had to drop one design. That was the most expensive to build. The accountants took over and they said, you build the cheapest tractors.
Yeah.
So that's where the history of them. Carrera front axle, which is Italian. It's needs a lot of maintenance as the hours get on. As you can see, there's an awful lot of moving points.
Yes.
But I suppose the attractive point of it is it has its independent suspension. It's like a car. That wheel can go into a hole, and this wheel can stay in the same place.
On a bogie, we'll
yes,
say.
yeah. Whereas all other manufacturers' front axles are, if that wheel goes down, then this one has to go.
Yeah.
So that's the attractive point of that. When everything is working 100%, you won't find a nicer axle for comfort. But as they get on in hours and age, they need a lot of maintenance and expensive. Parts are very expensive for them. This one is fitted with a factory PTO. They were Heideck, another Austrian company. A lot of them had Zudbergs, but that's a Heideck. That's original equipment on that one. 6.6 litre Sisu engine, which, as we said, is a Valmet, but it was taken over as the Styer design. ZF in from the Bellhausen backwards. And
of course, ZF is a renowned gearbox, like.
ZF, yeah. ZF's factory now is in where the old Styer truck factory was. The factory is so big, ZF have half of it and MAN have half of it. MAN trucks are made in one half and ZF equipment is made in the other half of it.
My God.
So that'll tell you the scale of the factory, like, yeah. But very good back end, strong, big lift capacity, good big bearings and everything.
Double rams,
yeah. PTO would give a little bit of trouble in the 540. The 1000 speed is built like a tank, but the 540 is a little bit light, purely because they reckon that nothing should be driven on the 540, only fertilizer spreaders and tethers and things, you know. Not
built so for longevity, we call it.
Well, they're everything in Europe is 1000 speed. All balers, wagons, everything that takes load is 1000. Whereas here we're only kind of changing over to the 1000 speed with the last 10 years.
And very slowly.
Yes, very slowly. Yeah. Big change from these and the tier 2s is the interior. Is totally different than these, and there's different type spool valves and stuff on the back of them. These would be, I'd consider these a more reliable tractor than the tier 2s. If you need to work on the spools of these, it's a pain of a job. It's a horrible job. Whereas the tier 2s were very easy working. You'd have a spool valve changed in half an hour. But these ones, it's
and we'll say them, what's the difference between this then, a CVX, and the CS?
CS is manual gears with 4 power shifts.
Oh yeah, I was over a CS for a while.
This is a CVT, continuously variable transmission. CS is power shift.
The CS is a beautiful tractor.
CSs are well regarded in this country as well. As lads love them. Most lads love these. Anyone with these loves them. You'll find very few that'll hate them. A lot of dealers have told me that they have a big problem getting guys to trade these in for newer ones because they just don't find the newer tractors the same. The transmission is very, very responsive. It's hard. It's the technology, the software that's in these. It's so responsive. It's beautiful to drive it. Whereas if the newer ones aren't as responsive, they feel a lot more numb. A couple of guys told me lately that the latest generation of Fint, the Gen 7s, are as nice to drive as these, but it's taken 20 years for them to catch up with them.
They're still 20 years behind.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful tractor.
So I'll show you at the other side here where the transmission comes out. Like this one is, I think this one is 15,000 hours, and you see her purring away.
It's perfect. There's no rattle out of it, like.
In here, you can see your ring of bolts all around your gearbox housing. So you take off your step, you take off your wheel. Out comes your transmission. 3 hours work, I suppose. Very easy services, you know. Just there isn't many things that are difficult to work on them. The electrics play up, all right. They do have a lot of electrical gremlins.
Is that our climate?
No.
Or is it just in general?
No. in under the steering wheel there's a circuit board and all the connections and stuff, and that weren't. They could have done a better job on that part of it. I do find this time of the year, and a lot of lads with CVXs gets a laugh out of it. They'll do things just for fun, just to annoy you, but you'll fly away for the
So
rest
they were
of the
doing
year.
it in January, like.
No. CVX-itis, I call it. But I wouldn't swap them. It's a conversation we have at home regularly. What are we going to do? What are we going to go newer? And I'm not keen to go newer. You're running into AdBlue problems. Tractors that are harder to fix, harder to maintain, bigger in stature. Like, I mean, that tractor now, she's boosted, so she's putting out 210, 220 horsepower. She's a handy sized tractor.
It's not an overly big, like.
No.
Like go back 25 years ago to 2680.
Yes,
It's about the same size.
It is. And like, but even your modern day 200, 220 horsepower tractors, massive, massive. Yeah. So she's able to do everything I want her to do. She'll mow with triple mowers. She'll pull a combination baler, and she don't look out of place with the fertilizer.
No,
spreader
she
on
don't.
it, you know,
and she'd miss a beat with the baler. She doesn't miss a beat with the mowers.
Yeah. So that's why I'm slow to go away from them. Probably the answer is keep buying more of them. You know, have enough of them.
Have enough of them,
And
they're holding their value.
Upwards. They're always going upwards. Whether they'll fall someday or not, I don't know. But this one actually, this was originally an English tractor. It was exported from England to Denmark. Then it was sold from Denmark to Holland, and I bought it in Holland.
It's been around.
It's been around, but you have an active retirement here now in County Kerry.
Yeah.
So I suppose I have this one. I bought this with 11,000 hours in it. It's about 14 and a half in it now. We've done the brakes, done some work on the front axle of it, and that's it. Nothing else. Servicing, and that's it. For a tractor that's working hard all the time, good service out of it, you know. And all of them are like that. There's none of them have broke me up or anything, you know.
Yeah.
You'll have, like the other night now, we'd take a wheel off and do, there was a couple of O-rings went in an in plate on the side of it. And you'll have bits and pieces like that.
But like, they're going to happen to a new tractor.
Oh yeah.
No, she's a smashing tractor. Like, they're just.
So no, very happy with them.
Changes the problem.
Yes, yeah. What do you do from there?
Yeah.
I like to have the 50k CVT transmission, front and cab suspension, front linkage, front PTO, plenty of power, good, nice and comfortable, and air conditioning, air brakes,
and it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's quiet on the road.
Yeah.
Like you passed me back over the road there, like, and I was listening for you to pass.
Yes.
That's him, I think.
Yeah. It's anything more modern is no better. So why go more modern?
Yeah.
You know?
You go more modern, I think you're going into more trouble.
Well, actually, you never know. If you went more modern, you might be delighted. So this is the best thing you've ever done, and you might say it's the worst thing you've ever done. But that's the baler on her anyway. She's heading into her second season now.
Very happy with it.
Yeah, very happy with it. Yeah, very happy with it. Should have a big mouth in them, like you're probably familiar with Vikings from years ago. This man here even has an old Viking, still the same mouth in them.
Yeah.
Obviously the plastic and all that is a big change and a big modernisation, but
and Cork Farm Machinery are the
importers for Coon equipment into Ireland.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Every Coon machine that comes into Ireland, it goes through Cork Farm Machinery's hands.
Yeah.
But well, technically they're not. They have a sister company called Coon Centre Ireland, but it's the same office. They're in the same yard. Even,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But good machine. I suppose a big difference on her compared to any other brand is all their chains are at this side, whereas every other baler on the market the chains are at the other side. Don't ask me why or how, but I don't know why it's done that way.
Yeah,
that was their take on this. But you find good strong chains and sprockets and everything.
I was just going to say they're actually big chains compared to some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And easy get at.
Gathers a lot of dust now. She hasn't been cleaned down in a couple of days, but they all do that. She's not too bad to clean her. I have a couple of little grows with it, nothing massive now, but The pickup is exceptional.
Like I was up there with you, and there are a couple of big lumps.
Yeah, she lead them. Yeah, she
Went
lead
back
them.
through
Yeah.
it. I know you just slowed down a small bit, but she
And
just.
I'll show you at the other side there. She's a lovely feature for if you do get that. Of course, her transfer is different to likes of a McHale.
Yeah.
You know, the McHale is a two-piece chamber, whereas
Correct.
she is the one piece, and
Yeah.
she'll spit it out onto them transfer arms and then onto here. But it's not slow, even you see it there now. Like
No, it's not. It doesn't delay you at all. At all. Like.
No. Open up here. So here you have a dog clutch.
Go on.
So if you jam the pickup when the bale is full, you can disengage your dog clutch here.
All right. Okay.
So your pickup and your rotor will stop turning, but you'll be able to net or tie the bale that's in the chamber. You're not trying to push the big lump through when you're full.
Yeah. You can wait till she's empty and go.
So
again.
yeah, tie your bale, put it out onto the wrapper, engage your clutch again, and you're able to feed through your lump. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Big auto greaser on her. She'll take enough grease to do about 3,000 bales. Holds plenty of plastic. I can use the farmer's plastic in here instead of lugging around five rolls of NRF every day, you know. So
I remember years ago, the first time I went baling with a fella, you'd be leaving the yard in the morning to the welder, and we'd fill the baler of plastic.
yes,
And then there was nothing like that, like, you know.
yes,
that was-
yeah.
So now,
that's
Mr.
her.
CVX.
No, thank you for calling out to see us today, Morgan.
Thank you, sir, for
And
showing us the Coon.
Yes, yeah.
Or as you pronounced it last night?
Khun is
Khun.
the correct pronunciation. French company, but the balers are made in the Netherlands. In Geldrop is the name of the place they're made. It's near the city of Eindhoven,
Oh, yeah.
in the old Viking factory.
Viking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Viking.
yeah.
We've all heard of Viking.
Viking, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the wagtails were made and the hay bobs. Yeah, the PZ hay bobs.
Yeah.
So that's where they're made now.
So, like, if this is any relation to them,
yes, yeah.
they'll survive
Well, I'd
the
love to
battle.
know. I'd love if maybe someone watching can answer it, or will find the answer someday. I'd love to know how many wagtail spreaders Viking have made.
My God. I have a question for him, and who can answer this? What David Brown tractor has a ZF gearbox?
I don't know.
Come on, lads. Come on now. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a David Brown tractor with a ZF gearbox.
I think you might have a Tipperary viewer now that'll be able to answer that question.
hopefully. And if you're new, subscribe.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. So I better finish my bail,
You
Morgan.
better finish the bailing, and I better go to drive a 3350.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, Mr. CVX.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, look him up, give a like, give a subscribe, and plenty more to follow.
Take it from there.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thank you.